There we go. We're in. Sorry I'm late, if anyone's here. Let me just get this set up. Should be working in a second. Just share this in Discord. Announcements. That's everyone. That is a bit late, but live. There we go. Hey Twindex, how's it going, mate? How are you doing? I am very well, thank you. A bit toasty. It is very, very hot, but yeah, otherwise good. What have you been up to? Let me just stick some music on in the background. Oopsie. There we go. Okay, we're in. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Hi, Bard. Can't stay long. Just wanted to drop in and say hi. Hey, man. How's it going? Appreciate you dropping in. No worries. Hope you have a good evening anyway. Right. We are going to be working on the last few pieces for the Dwarves video today. Excuse me. Hey Noisy, thanks for jumping in, and Darth Malgus. Thanks for jumping in, guys. Appreciate you being here. How you guys doing? Hey chat Bard, the podcast episode of Monster Garden was awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate you watching it. It was a really interesting chat with Simon, so it was nice to have that opportunity. I really feel like I've taken away a few bits of advice that Simon was given about kind of doing what you want to do as opposed to doing stuff that makes sense in your world, which is why I'm doing a lot of the dwarf stuff at the moment, because I'm really keen to crack on with this. So we're gonna be working on that a little bit today. Doing alright. I'm pretty happy because I got accepted into college. Woo! I wanted, but also stressed because of incoming exams. Oh, well done, Trondix. Congrats, mate. That's awesome to hear. I knew you were stressed about the exams before, but that's amazing that you got in. Good job. The animation was also really sick. Thanks, man. It was a fun one to make. There's a few little janky scenes in there. But no, I was very proud of it. And I think like a few people said that last scene with the dragonfly nymph jumping out, I think that was like a cool one to add in there. But yeah. I'm sorry, I have to leave now. Look forward to catching up on Discord. See you later. Thanks, man, Red Cape. Have a good evening, mate. Hey, Lazy Crow. Thanks for jumping in. We're just getting started. I started a bit late today, guys, so I apologise. So I'll show you guys what we're working on today. We've got a few images that I need to get finished. And I'm going to try and fully edit the video tonight. So I'm going to post it tomorrow. I'm hoping to get it done on a Thursday. I've been trying to post stuff on Fridays recently. Luckily, the Brain Trust trusted me, and we posted our collab on Friday. I did the Monster Garden podcast on Friday, and I normally do. And to be honest, it's very hit or miss. So I'm going to give Thursday releases a go and see what they look like, which means I have to get this video finished tonight. So the images we're going to be working on, I've kind of finished this one. I'm happy enough with this one. What do you guys think? There's a bit of a wonky tower in there, but that's fine. I'm trying to do these really quick images. Just to kind of test the kind of how obvious this is. What does this image look like to you guys? I don't think it's too difficult to see, but let me know what you think is going on in this image. And if it reads well enough, oops, oh shit, if it reads well enough, I'll leave it there and just move on. So let me know what you think this looks like, and then we'll see how correct you are. I should show you what it looks like though. So what do you guys think this looks like? Tales of Lost. Hey mate. Good streaming. Yeah, appreciate you jumping in. How are you doing? We've got lots of people in today. So yeah, let me show you what we're working on. Dwarven City, I assume, looks like it's at night, but it's supposed to be underground. Correct. Yes, absolutely. Okay, cool. So these are like the bastion cities. I'll show you the aerial view. It's just be this. These are going to be like really flashing images. So they're not super detailed. They're supposed to just kind of read a little bit like what they are. So these are the bastion cities. This is what the city is. And if you zoom out, this is where it is inside the cavern city. So it's like a tiny, tiny little safe space. I like the look of the gate. Oh, nice. It reads ancient city, South American city. It's supposed to be more like an Ottoman city. But that's why it's got like kind of, I've done the gate based on like Moroccan design. A little bit, but again, I've only spent like half an hour drawing this, so it's a super quick image. But essentially, these cities are like they're literally bastions. They're called bastion towns or bastion settlements. And so these dudes are off on an expedition out. So again, it's going to be a really quick image that flashes past, and we'll see how well. Again, I've got the script and everything written out, but I realized there was a few small pieces of art missing from the script that I wanted to write. So yeah, I thought I would just, do them as quickly as possible, and then not worry about them afterwards. Yeah. Fine. Finally finish one video soon. I'll post. Oh hell yeah! It's been how long has it been since your last video? I've been psyched to see you posting good stuff again. So I appreciate seeing some new stuff from the Tales of Lost world for sure. I'm just giving the Eastern vibe right way. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So that's good. That reads well enough, I would say. So the other images I'm drawing, I'll show you the sketch I've drawn. Let's have a look. Okay, so these are the images I need to get done. So we've got 3 people kind of lining up to fight a giant snake. We've got a spider hiding inside of a door with his legs poking out. We've got a female dwarf hiding from a like 10-foot android who's about to murk her friend. And then we're going to draw some Sahar bandits, essentially, like raiders who come into the cavern city to essentially find slaves and get some loot. So that's what we're going to try and finish today. I've already started working on the snake one, so I just have to try and get the other ones finished, and then we'll be nice and happy. So we might do the spider one next, because that one I don't think will be too difficult. But we'll finish the snake first, and then we'll worry about that after. So this is how far I've gone with the snake. More than a year. Man, do you know, I would say inspiration kind of comes and goes, doesn't it? So I'm on like an inspiration hype at the moment, but I feel like when I burn out sometimes, it's super difficult to get anything posted. So I feel you, man. But I'm happy you're back. I'm stoked to see some new stuff coming out based in your world. Right, so like I said, I'm gonna try to do these as fast as possible. I'm not gonna make them. I'm gonna obviously make sure they're finished and I'm happy with them. But I want to get to a point where I'm drawing more like images that are kind of telling a story, as opposed to just like me doing like super detailed stuff. I want some that are like almost like storyboard images. That will indicate what's being said in the script. I personally like write my scripts after I've finished all the art, and I generally write them around the art. But sometimes, if I don't have enough stuff, I will go back and either edit a piece or draw a few new pieces. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Thanks, appreciate it. I'm kind of excited too. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, nice. Post it in the Discord when you get it up, mate. And I'll be excited to see it. In fact, Noisy, who's in the stream as well, just posted a video today. I didn't finish work too long ago, so I haven't had the chance to look at it, but I'm stoked to see another... Is it Mother Hand? I'm doing a little temporary halberd here, but I'm going to make a more like Middle Eastern looking one. So we're doing this trio is going to be a dwarf, a little fennec fox, and a big old vulture. I'm taking advantage of the setting to kind of draw some cooler stuff, cooler fae. Greetings, my favourite creative pleb lords. Pleb, I haven't heard pleb in ages. Yeah, new Mother Hand. She's not very fun at parties. At least the last one would offer to buy your limbs off you. Right, let's get pure ref up. And we'll start building a little reference sheet. Okay, so we need a... In fact, where are fennec foxes from? Okay, Western Sahara, perfect. Need the back of a fennec fox there. Okay, I'm not sure what that's from. Okay, we've got one from the Elder Scrolls Online. They're very cute. So North African, North African. In fact, I've already got a sheet. Recent dwarves. Let's do that one. Don't save. Nice. Okay, we'll use that reference sheet. We'll just add some stuff to it. How are we all on this fine summer's eve, gamers? Very good. Yeah, a bit toasty today, but we had a storm, so it was a bit nicer weather. So chilling. Yeah. You guys working on anything at the moment? Anyone got anything coming up? North African vulture. Needs to be like a scary looking vulture, so it's easily recognizable. Okay, I got a good one. There you go. It's very small. We're gonna use one of these vultures. Hello. That will do. I'm pretty swell. I've been working on the God's Realm part of Hamor, so that's been fun. I'm really liking your what's it called? The stuff you've been doing recently. The oh my god, I'm having an absolute blank here. Blood. I have to Google it. Shows how much of a From Software fan I am. A noob. Bloodborne stuff. Sorry. Yeah. I'm working on not failing my practical physics exam tomorrow, so it's got delayed. Good luck. I hope you managed to get out soon, mate. Right, like I said, I want to just chuck some textures on these back walls. Let's have a look at a North African ruin. It's fine, we'll use some... Oh, I've actually been here. This is a Roman ruin in Morocco, I think. I visited here a few years ago. Very cool. The thing is, they just let you wander around. There's not anything like blocking you off, so you can kind of just pot about, which is pretty cool. Right, let's get some textures in there. We'll just try and draw some out. These are like big pillars. Again, we want this just to be fast and loose, but we don't want it to be too inaccurate. So we'll draw out this kind of design they have on the side here, just very quickly. Maybe add a little statue in there. One design you see a lot is this. I was trying to think of like some like religious designs that you're going to see a lot. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense because the religious design is for the Mazak. This kind of like U shape. It's going to come up a lot. So I want there to be kind of some consistency in a lot of the designs. I thought like a consistent shape that popped up in a bunch of the illustrations would make sense. But this is like Byzantine stuff, so it wouldn't be here. Exactly. Just make a hole here. Maybe add a little bit of junk. I don't want to distract too much. Right, we're going to stick all this in, and then we're going to shade it, and then we're going to try and do a, what's it called, gradient map. Just to quickly do it, and then we'll add some images on top. Just going to do these a little bit better. Like I said, I just want them to be really quick. Where's my fennec fox? Bloodborne and From Software has my heart. Do you know, I think the majority of people I've interviewed have said it's been like a massive inspiration. I think they are like fantastic at world building, so I think that's probably why it attracts a lot of like people who are into this kind of genre. There's just so much to their designs, and the characters and the bosses and everything. Every single one of them has like a kind of backstory, and yeah, I understand why people are so interested in it. of cute for a vulture. Can't say that about many vultures. It looks a bit like a flamingo. That's fine. Right. We need to do some scales on this as well. What would you say? North African snake. Snake. Which one are we using? We're using this image as the reference image. It's a very complicated pattern. That's fine. To be precise, just needs to give it a vibe. Let's start shading everything. I'm going to try and do everything separately and just have it similar. In fact, I need some reference images. I had a good one earlier. There's this artist I really like who did the recent Lord of the Rings RPG. Here he is. He comes straight up on my Pinterest. I can't remember his name. So basically, I should say heavily inspired, very heavily inspired by an image he did. You're going to see how similar it is. I wouldn't say it's an exact copy, but it's almost exactly the same vibe. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. It's in here somewhere. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through Pinterest, trying to find this very specific image. Where'd you go? His artwork is insane. Some of you will probably recognize him as soon as I post it. I need to find his name. Who made this? I can't find it. Okay, never mind. Right, oops. I'm just gonna take some inspo from this image. So we'll use this as kind of our lighting cue. So we'll do everyone in the foreground. It's kind of dark. Perfect. We'll separate that. And then we'll do one just here. Maybe mix it up a little bit so it's just got a bit of texturing on it. We're going to do that. Let's do something like this one. Now we need something a bit more like this one. That'll do. And then this one. Oh, I like that. It's kind of like a sandy. That works quite well, actually. some different colours as well. In fact, we should have some rocks on the floor here. Oh, it's just going to look weird. It's almost like stone tiles and some rubble. Might do a little, just make it less. There we go. Right, now we need to make the snake much darker. And then just a little bit brighter. He pokes his head up. Make it look so there's like a big shelf over the top of it or something. There you go, that already adds like a lot to it. Right, I think we need a little bit more variety of colour, and then we'll try something else. Sorry, I've been missing a lot of the chat here. Might come in a week or in a month, who knows. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Throndix. Good to see some of your stuff. Big snake looking great. Thanks, mate. The imagery of a snake wrapping itself around an object never gets old. I know, man. That always seems to work. Tales of Lost, I gotta go have fun. Have a nice time. Chat. Bye. See you. Appreciate you dropping in, mate. Remember to drop a link when you get your stuff up. Oops. Here. Do it like that. It's too bright. If we do something a bit chunkier. Oh, that's nicer. Do you know what we might change? Okay, that's fine. I just need to shade these guys. What would be good actually is if we do. What if I just did them like this, and then did like there was like a big pillar off screen or something like. It would be like a little island that they're sitting on. In terms of like visibility. Make that a bit thinner. That looks pretty cool. You think? What do you think about that shadow? You like how the gods all feel like they're part of the world, both physically and metaphorically. I wanted something like that for Hamor, as I don't know how to handle my gods, but now I do. Nice! Okay, that's great. I think gods are such an important thing, especially in fantasy, or even sci-fi, I guess. But it does make a big difference when yeah, they're like, they really feel part of the world, and yeah, I agree. I feel like it is important. Bye, Tails. Am I allowed to put a link in here? Yeah, man, you can drop a link if you like. I'll say if you were someone I didn't know, I would say no. But no, you're fine, dude. Go for it. Oh, we like the shadow. Okay, cool. I'm just going to add a bit more texture to this here, just to separate it from the snake a little bit more. Right, so here's the vibe. What we're going to do... Right, so let me just... Let's just flatten this a bit more. Okay, so what we're going to do is... We're going to group all of this. Group. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Up. Group them separately. What's that? Oh, why is that there? That one. We'll see if this works. So, I mean, it might not work. I'm gonna try a gradient map, but we'll do separate gradient maps. So we'll start with the foreground. So let's duplicate this. Okay, right. Okay, that's immediately good. I quite like that. Blaze. Let's keep that. I like that one. Oops. Okay, let's try another one. What's that? Get out of here. Oops. Right. Let's do the same again, but maybe maybe make this a bit more like orange. Okay, this is our test phase. This is why we've done a backup. I haven't actually shaded these guys. That's fine. Maybe like a blue shade. I'm not using my reference picture very well. Let me find a better reference picture in like a desert. Ah, this one's good. The topic of snakes wrapping around things. I wish traditional art had gradient maps. Oh gosh. My recent discovery of gradient maps has quite significantly changed my life. Ooh, I quite like that. Oh, that's sinister. Hmm. It's a bit dark. Like that. Oh, it's a bit boring. There's not really any other colour. Like this one's got the kind of blues and purples and pinks and reds. I'm going to paint over it anyway. I mean, I've got some blues up here. Do you know what we're going to do is add a bit more shadow. Actually, let's go back to where we were before. Oh, we lost it. Okay, never mind. Right, we'll do a bit more detail on the face, but again, it's supposed to be a vibe. Okay, this is fine. Right, we're working on these images quickly. So something I found that was pretty cool on Procreate is if you use the color modifier, whatever it's called, you can simply paint and it will match the tone quite well. So if I paint this in on this dude, then it should match up with the kind of vibe around it. It should do. I don't know if it's going to work perfectly, but that's fine. I might like desaturate these dudes a little bit, but we'll see. It's messing with the colours weirdly. I add a little bit more shadow to these guys as well. See how that looks. Use this one for reference. We're going to add also some light to these guys as well. Maybe not. Just do it on the sword. Let's mess with the snake a little bit. See what's good. Okay, the link doesn't show up for you for some reason. Not for me either. Sometimes the void just randomly swallows some messages. Maybe YouTube automatically blocks it. You get any notifications. So. Can you drop it in the Discord, Dwarf Malagas? If you drop it in the general. Do the snake face a little bit better as well. Where is it? There's a snake. There it is. So this problem with destructive editing is I have to just erase all this now and then. We do a few scales here and there. It's kind of freaky. Maybe a bit smaller. A bit better. These guys are not super clear now. I feel like maybe this color thing wasn't the best idea. Maybe if I just up their saturation or something. No, I still can't see it, mate. It's not popping up for me. That giant danger noodle, you know what it is. How's it going, Fallen? How you doing? I'm gonna mute myself because I'm just gonna blow my nose. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Right. Right. I think I need to mess with these guys a little bit more. That might even do. I might just finish it there. I feel like that gives the vibe. Like if you zoom in here, we can see them, and the video is gonna like zoom in and then zoom out, and you hear like a hissing sound, and then yeah, you totally get the vibe. That'll do. We're trying to zoom through these images, not do bad images, but do images that are good enough, and I feel like that's good enough, right? Right. Let's move on to our spider friend. Perfect stream for your YouTube username, I agree. Oh, I didn't realize you weren't even in the Discord, Dwarf Malagas. Right, so when you get back, Fallen. Had a little reflection of the blade. Thanks. Right, okay. So this one's going to be a bit more of an easy image, I think. Yeah, it's going to be up flat, but there's not going to be any dudes in here. It's just going to be the spider. So we want a symmetry. And I'm going to move this across to the middle. Like that. Right. So, oops. Very 2D image here. It's a bit flatter. Okay, we need a spider hiding in a hole. Spider hiding in hole. That is a good image. Okay. Get out of here, snake. Right, we'll do the whole thing symmetrical. I'm going to cheat. And we'll do some asymmetry afterwards. Need to look at an actual spider to see what it looks like. So yeah, North African spider. Let's try and find a cool one. I don't want to draw too many camel spiders, although they are terrifying. Oh, they got whip scorpions. I didn't realize. Oh, they do have wolf spiders. Okay, we'll keep this one then. This is a wolf spider. So actually I need to make him look a bit more wolf spidery. Do the big mandibles. We'll do the hair asymmetrical, so we don't want it to be too symmetrical. Get rid of the massive abdomen in the back. Right. Bit more of this doorway. Need to cut the legs off this spider because he I'm going to colour them separately. There we go. Right. Sorry, spider. Need your legs. Oops, I didn't chop both of them. Oops. It's kind of obvious with him poking out, but I think it looks kind of formidable, so it's fine. It's a big boy. Oops. Boys are kind of like really pale color. Of a white blue. It's a bit better. And then this one, we'll change a little bit here. Do tunnel web spider. Tunnel web spider. Oh my god, they're awful. Oh, what a horrible thing. Jeez. How they're Australian. We can't use them. These dudes are in North Africa. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Of course that's from Australia. Jesus. Oh, hey KYT, hey KYTY. Appreciate you being here, mate. Thanks for jumping in. Like the trapdoor spiders. We're doing ambush predators. I'll show you what we've done so far. We've done we just started the spider. We just finished the snake. We're trying to do quick, efficient images because I'm trying to edit a video for tonight and I need a couple more images. So we've got a big old snake. We quickly did this one. This was like a very quick 30-minute one. I might come back to that one. I'm not super happy with that. But so yeah, we're doing our nasty spider for now. But yeah. Tube web spider would be a great reference. Tube web. Tube web, they're cool. Where are they from? Oh my god, that's another Australian one, no? Oh, they're from the UK. No, we're doing North African spiders. Let's go to bed. Have a good rest and stream, everyone. Thanks, Rondix. Appreciate you dropping in, mate. Super well. Well done again for getting into your college. Sent you a really cool spider for perhaps a future giant spider. Tube web spiders live in the brickworks and holes in walls in the UK, and they're huge. Nice. I'll check it out, mate. I'll definitely come back to them because they are cool spiders. Cork lid spider also looks neat. Cork lid trapdoor spider. Oh damn, they are cool. They kind of use like their butt to block it. From the United States, damn. Okay, we're gonna stick to the hunting spider, or wolf spider. Sorry. I mean, maybe we should experiment a bit more. I've done wolf spiders before. North Africa. I need North African spider species, and not a camel spider because we've already done that one. Okay, velvet spider. They're kind of cool. Kind of cute, actually. We don't want cute. We want scary. Now, what is that? Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe funnel web spiders are in Africa. Let's have a look. Sure. There's also some cool ambush predator fish. Not that they fit in the current theme. I'll definitely come back to other animals. I want to do some scorpions and stuff in the dungeon. More Australian spiders. African tarantula. Oh my god, that's horrible. Scorpion dragon would be sick. It would be sick. I agree. That would be sick. Okay, right. Sorry. I'm like scrolling through references and it's a bit boring. So I'm going to draw this up and then we'll come back to that a little bit later. So I'm going to use, yeah, we'll come back to this kind of wall that I like here. It's like a dark brown. In fact, this needs to be in front. I'm going to put the legs in front of that. Oops. It'll be easier actually if I just... Doo-doo. Peekaboo. Let's do another one here. We can just erase this. At least it's a little bit neater. There we go. He's busy. Right. So I'm going to take our spider legs. And they get to go in front. Nice. And then here, it's going to be like pitch black. Oops. Do it here. He's not the best ambush predator with his big old legs sticking out, but he's trying his best, okay? Let's not judge him. Right, like I said, we're going to do a bit of asymmetry. We're going to have some stuff on the wall. Let's do a nice portrait first. I'm going to knock this over after I've finished it. Just draw up the frame. In fact, what's a good, let's find a good Roman painting. Alright, maybe I'll stick a painting in there after and we'll do a few tables. I want to show the size of this dude as well. So we need to have like a few little tables and chairs. Let me see. Ottoman furniture. Oh, not literally an Ottoman. This is giving me some great ideas also for future monsters and creatures for Hammer lol, because I have just seen this generic trapdoor spider and that thing is beautiful. Some of them are really spooky. The image I was talking about has arrived on Discord. Let me check it out. Damn! Oh. Jeez, is that snake hunting a magpie? Whoa. Nice, grim. Oh, nice. I like the pictures you sent me, Laura. They were very cool. Good references, actually, with the legs poking out. Are those your pictures, Laura, that you sent me? Very, very cool. Okay, right, we're doing Ottoman for the Ottoman Empire. What I'm going to do a like set of drawers here. Again, a bit messy. What we'll also do is take this spider leg. I'm going to bend it. So we have at least a little bit of asymmetry. Oops. Let's try that again. There you go. Why is that gone blank? Oh, I see. Okay, I'll do that there anyway. And then we can do this. Obviously, cobwebs everywhere. I'm rubbish at drawing cobwebs. Let's see, cob. But I'll look on Pinterest. Spiders lair. if I can find a good reference. Oh, that's good. Let me add it to the references. A bit off topic, but have you ever seen an assassin spider? Native to Africa, they look so messed up but goofy. Assassin spider. Assassin spider. Oh my god. I have seen assassin spider. Where have I seen them before? They're also called... Damn, they look cool. They do look goofy. Wait, I'll share it so people can see. Let me paste it here. Look at these guys. Oh, they're cute. They look very alien. Don't they? And that looks like a normal spider. That looks anything but a normal spider. God, they're weird. Damn. Good shout. Damon Diadema. Damon Diadema. Damon. Whoa, yeah, Whip Scorpion. I once found a Whip Scorpion under a log in Borneo when I was in the rainforest. It was very cool. They're like very alien looking. It's the sort of thing that you'd see in like a sci-fi movie, but they're very cool. They walk a bit like crabs. Didn't whip me. Yeah, they're pretty big as well. Very cool. I would argue that's precisely on topic. That looks dope. I agree. Like I said, this is going to be some janky furniture. I'm just going to paint the wall a bit like it's made of stone. And then we are going to put cobwebs everywhere. God, these texture brushes are lifesavers. Looks pretty good. The carpet will do as like a tiled floor, and again we're maybe a wooden floor. Yeah, let's do wooden floor. I use this wooden floor a lot, but that's fine. Again, quick images, quick images. That's what we're going for. There it is. Nice. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I always miss out on chat. Okay. I would argue there's also a snake that has a tail shaped like a spider that uses it to lure birds. A spider-tailed horned viper. Spider-tailed horned Piper. Oh my god, that's so weird. That is so cool. Look at that. That totally does look like a spider. It's crazy to think that something evolved like that, right? Like, it just worked for so long. That's crazy. Oh my god, that's insane. That something can evolve into something like that. So cool. Because obviously it's like convincing enough to trick birds or whatever. Damn. Good shout. Oh, that's cool. I like the web design on your photograph wrap. It's very, very cool. Wait, Lord of the Rings flashback. Just sending you on reference goose chases. I like it. Keep sending me ideas to Google. I like all of these things. Assassin Spider in my dream told me about tax evasion. They do look like sneaky, sneaky boys. Right, my planks didn't work. Let's do tiles. Okay. Uniform, really big. Just down to here, and then just distort it a little bit. Is this working? Not at all. Right, I'm going to have to actually put some effort into this. We just do like a really dirty floor. Not grip roller. Let's do... Okay, I'm just avoiding putting too much effort into this as best I can. And what we'll do is we'll just draw a bunch of junk on the floor as well. Put this above here. Make it dark in here as well, so it's harder to see. It's like piles of sand. I'm gonna do the webs. Right, so we do these big, like, tubular webs, because I think that'll work quite well. We'll give it a go. The way they're doing it is they seem to do, like, really stretched lines. And then they run patterns through them. So this is going to be in a wonk. if this works. All right. So then do a little bit grayer. And we'll... They do kind of like bend and twist. So it's almost like it's bending around. Bending around. Like that. Right. Bear with me here. This might work. I'm like I said, I'm terrible at drawing spider's webs, so I don't know how well this is gonna work, but we'll see. We'll do like smaller threads, kind of dotting about the place. Hoping when I sort the lighting out, it'll look better. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me. How is it? It's kind of like glossy, right? Oh, damn. This person put a lot of effort into their spider webs. That's the one thing I'm trying to avoid. Okay, you know what? Let's whack on our shadow first. The light coming from over here. Not really feeling the spider webs. We just gotta keep working on it. We'll get there. How did they do it? It's like some of these are not straight lines, so they've just kind of... I feel like they've maybe got a spider web brush or something, but I'm just being lazy. I could cheat a little bit here, actually. I'm not feeling the webs, to be honest. Oh. You're saying they look good. Okay. I feel like, I don't know, I'm not feeling them. What's wrong? Let me have a look at more web images. I was gonna do some like hanging, like wrapped up dudes as well. I'm trying to find a good image and then I'll share it. Okay, this one's pretty good. Maybe they need a more stringy texture. Yeah, I think you're right. They're pretty sneaky. They essentially tug on other spider webs to bait them, then use their long crane heads to lift the spider in the air and kill it. Damn, that's cool. So that's why they're called assassin bugs, I guess. Okay, let's do our stringy texture. I think you're right, because this is what this person's done. They've done them almost like threads, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna erase like a little bit of like. Because like these, I feel like, you know, a lot of the images I've seen, it seems like people are like, okay, if these are big spiders, then the threads are going to be pretty damn heavy. So they'd probably sag quite a lot, right? Where's my other spider? Let's put these next to each other. Because they did them almost like tubular. But then they kind of like conjoin at points and separate. Oh, there you go. Okay. I mean, that looks a bit cooler, right? So it's like the tubes are kind of joining together. Oh, that okay. That's it. We got it. We got it, boys. Okay, so like the tubes are joining together. Right, I think this one of the big. No, okay. I think that's it. We figured it out. We've done it. Again, I'm going to add more shadow to this so it makes more sense, but I think this is starting to work a little bit. I'm going to erase this behind the spider's legs, but maybe have it so it's like there's a bunch of it like laid across the floor. That kind of solves our carpet problem as well. What we'll do actually is we'll put a blending layer on here. See if we can find a good one. It's like all of it's like a little bit transparent, like that one. Good. That one. What was that? Get out of here. How about this? Work with both of them. just do normal. That's fine. I feel like it's a bit thick at the top. So we have spider, wolf spider web, so you can see how dope they are. Can I share these images in the references, Laura? It kind of drapes like cloth. Yeah, you're right, man. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of some of this at the top. And just try again and just, like I said, drape it a bit better. Yeah, that immediately looks better. If we kind of make it like that tubular style, like you see here. What we'll do is we'll draw some. We'll draw some other little spiders inside. These webs as well. If you like really thin ones that kind of stretch between. Really thin. Damn, we figured out spiderwebs, boys. This is looking good. I can't believe it. I've always found spiderwebs difficult. Noisy, I think the drapes comment was key. I very much appreciate it. Look at that. Oh, that's looking good. Some of it like kind of hanging down, maybe like string. Oh yeah, like that. Like some of it's like come loose. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this sneeze that's coming out kind of here. Just redo that bit. Maybe get rid of this bit as well. It's a bit bright, so what we might do is maybe if I just turn down the opacity a little bit. Oh yeah, okay, there you go. Give it a little bit of transparency. That's great, nice. Looking much better now, I agree, definitely. Hey, Mr. Louis. Thanks for jumping in, mate. Appreciate you being here. Let me share some of Rat's pictures. Oh, damn, that's scary. Copy image. Paste image. Oh! Wolf spiders are so spooky. These are from the Law Rat just sent me these over on Discord, so I'm sharing them with you guys as well. Look at that. It's an angry little boy. So this is the one we're drawing actually. They're based apparently in Europe, North Africa, and obviously in the UK. Look how neat his web is. That's looking really good. So maybe if we do like a kind of a background net. I wonder if I've got a brush for that. like a really fine brush that would just create a kind of background texture. Something like that. Do like super transparent. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah. We did it, boys. We got it. Nice. Hell yeah. We're going to bring our spider's legs forward though. We'll start this, we'll do this again. Like a beam of light or something coming in. Gosh, I gotta get this finished because I gotta try and finish my video by the end of the day, so. Shadow's on the wrong side. Oh man, that adds a lot to it. Damn! We got it, boys. We're figuring this out. Holy atmosphere, I know, right? Do you know what we could do with some little motes, some little light motes? How can I light mote? Light mote. Actually, yeah, we need to add some. We need to add some dudes. We do one with this like, just kind of blocking the light a little bit. We'll do these guys. For a second. Let's do these guys with. So we'll change the black to white. The like black outline to white. So just take it to normal. And And then change this one to like a darker white color. Let's see how that looks. Okay, and add a bit more dark to it. Brighten them a little bit, and then what we'll do is we'll add a bit destructive here. I've got enough space, I do. Work? No, it doesn't really look better. That's fine. If I just make this a bit darker, then they're quite obvious, right? Are they obvious enough? Or maybe make them like completely white and they'll look better. Yeah, right. I think the lights added a lot to it, right? Again, I'm going to add a picture there after stream. I'm going to add, I'll just take like an old school painting and add to it. But so yeah, what was I looking at? Motes of light. Dust motes. Okay, how do I do dust motes? Need like spray paint. Right, we're just testing this first, and then we'll see how it looks. Something like that, but I think the spray is too thick, right? No. Maybe I have to do just without it, maybe. Look, what I'm thinking is like this kind of thing. Let me share it. Like this kind of like dust mote that you'd see in like an abandoned building or something. It might even be in the luminescence thing. And that's bokeh. Glimmer! Magic! Something like that, right? Does that add to it, do you think? Not really. Nah, let's leave it. I'm liking that. What did we say? We wanted to do stuff quickly and efficiently because we've still got one more drawing to do. We've still got 2 more drawings to do. For 15 minutes, damn. Show me those eyes a little glint. Good shout. Let's have a look at that wolf spider picture. Where's his little glint? It's like a really, really subtle one, right? Oops. Like that. Yeah, it's a bit more realistic like that, isn't it? If I do it bigger. No, it looks cute. Too cute. We don't want cute. That looks lovely. Thanks, man. I'm a sucker for dramatic light. Me too. Whoops. Shrink it. I think we'll call it there. Like I said, I'm going to add a painting to the picture on the wall. But after that, I think it's fine. I really appreciate the advice there. I think you guys saved me with a lot of that stuff. Some good references as well. Would you be offended if I redrew this as some attempt at some kind of fan art at some point? Because this image is amazing. No, go for it, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Always happy to see fan art. Yeah, that tied it all together. Totally agree. I think that was a good tip. Wolf spiders have really long calceros. I don't know what that is. Is it like is it the mandibles on the front that you're talking about? Do you know what I might do actually just before we wrap this up? Is just add some hairs. Like our hairy spiders. They're better than just like the blank legs, right? Don't know how, like, wolf spiders don't seem to be this hairy, but that's fine. Nice. You can kind of see the teeth on this dude, right? Yeah, the bottom. You make like a really sharp couple of teeth. When people like really focus in, it'll be a bit scarier. Nice. Right, we're going to call it there. Just before we end up doing way too much, yeah. Probably one of the best drawings I've ever seen on here. You outdid yourself, man. Thanks. I really appreciate that, man. I'm very happy with it. It came a long way, right? Like, at the start, I think I was a little bit lost. We had, like, the kind of vibe down quite quickly. It was just those webs, I think, were the key problem. And then they came together here. Because here, they didn't look like anything, right? So with that kind of, like, thread, that looked a lot better. And then I think the thing that kind of tied it together was the, like, dust, like, the background web color, that white. And then B, of course, the light. Because that just, like, beam of light with the face hidden behind it adds so much. And then the eyes as well. I think there was a lot of input from all of us there, and it took us less than an hour, so that's great. Really happy with that. Mandibles in the front. Well, the mandibles isn't the correct term. Quiseleros is a term we use in Spanish. I think it's in English they call them jaws. Ah, I wonder if the spotted it whitish because it molted recently. So yeah, the reference I was using was this one. So maybe that's why, yeah. Oh, you can't really see there. What a cute boy. Or girl, I guess. Looks awesome, my friend. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Right, we got 8 minutes left. So let's smash out... I'm happy with this, how we're doing so far. So let's smash out a... smash out one more. I'm probably not going to do the Android drawing, but I will do a really quick one of the Raiders. Which is... this one. So these are the Sahar that we mentioned in like a previous stream. In fact, let's get up a reference for them. This guy. So the Sahar are split into two factions, and one of them is just nomadic, and they go out hunting beasts, and the other ones are, well, I guess they're also nomadic, but they are raiders. They specifically look for other people to rob. So half of them are jerks, and the other half are just these dudes. So the ones we see here are the jerks. Give him like a big hunched back, because he's a nasty boy. Also, one thing I think someone else suggested, I can't remember if someone suggested this in a previous stream, but is to have the guns kind of wrapped up so they didn't get sand all over them. So they're going to have these like gun-shaped objects that they're carrying around. But like wrapped in a bag that's like kind of like tied together. So maybe they keep it wrapped up until they get like underground. But this dude just so happens to have kept his wrapped up. So these guys like come down looking for other people, but they still have to stay silent because of all the beasties in the dark. So still a dangerous task. And actually, if you go out with someone kicking and screaming, I think they need to find a way to like kidnap someone and keep them quiet, so they didn't just shout very loud and attract like a horrible monster. So these guys' armor is based off of like Ottoman, like Middle Eastern, typical like 17th century cavalry armor at the time, or like man at arms type stuff. So they've got like kind of like pot helmet, and they've got this like disc shape on their chest. And it's to be part of the religion actually. It's one thing I'm going to talk about in one of the future videos, is some more religion stuff. Cerelicerae is the name of the mandibles in Latin. Very interesting. That was your suggestion. Good shout, Dwarf, Malagus. So it's definitely going to be the case. They're going to have these guns wrapped up. And like a kind of desperate thing they would do maybe is fire straight through the wrappings if necessary. But it would just be a good way, yeah, to transport the guns to a location where they could actually fire them. Oh, I'll show you guys some cool stuff I was thinking of actually. So we're just about to finish, so I'll draw this after the stream, but I'll show you guys some cool stuff that I was working on this week. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to draw as well was about the religion. So the major religion for these dudes is obviously like worshipping the sun. This is for the Mazak, like the little guys. So they have like a bunch of things, like for example, their clothes represent like kind of their religion. So they have, for example, these big turbans with the discs that are tied across the turban, and so they kind of reflect all kind of light. And the idea is like these religious people are very kind because they're passing the light on other people as opposed to having it themselves. So some of them will walk around naked because they just want to get as much sunlight on their body as possible, and the other ones will have like just their bodies covered in these discs. So for example, this dude in the middle has like this turban. His cheeks are painted gold to reflect it. This woman is just covered in these like typical, and this is actually traditional North African headwear for a woman, where she has these kind of like running beads or discs that come down from strings. So I thought that'd be quite appropriate. And this dude has like a kind of fez design, but the top of the fez is just a metal disc. So again, it would reflect like a lot of light. I was also thinking of giving him like a plug in his ear because I thought that'd just be kind of cool. But yeah, they have these big like disc earrings and things like that. Again, anything that kind of reflects light. So another thing is they have a lot more technology than on the Albion Isles, because the Cavern City was just like this super advanced city, and all of the technology is still there. It's just difficult to get because everything in the dark is trying to eat you, right? But the one thing they have a lot of, because these were quite common, are these little drones, and they can only really use them to produce light and heat. They don't really know how to use them correctly. So that's what they do when they go out into the caverns, is they have these drones that follow them along. And they use them for prayer. And the way they pray is they kind of open their hands, and then they go on their knees, they take their hat off, they take their shoes off, they open their shirt so they get as much light on their chest as possible, and much light to their heart as possible. And they open their hands, and then they say their prayers. But so in the when they're on these journeys, these drones can act as like a kind of mini shrine they can take with them. When they're back in the Bastion settlements, they have these shrines that have essentially these massive orbs in them, and you go there and you pray to the altar, and these are super sacred. So same again, take your hat off, take your shoes off, no weapons in the temple, chest open, and just praying with your head up in the air as well, so throat exposed, which was a thing I got from the Red Rising books, I think, but just like you're kind of submitting to this like kind of false sun, which I thought was pretty cool. What else did I do? I don't know if I've saved it here. So another cool idea I thought up. Oh, sorry. I did some drawings of like what someone found on an expedition. So they found like a drone mask, ornate pistol, a snake pendant. A lot of this is just made of marble as well. Some valuables, an unknown liquid in like this tech flask, a massive drone hand, a marble hilt, which is this new type of sword that's a bit like a laser. That a lightsaber, which I'm going to do a video on in the future. Some more of these eye drones. So this is actually what the drone looks like when it's floating around without the light on. But when the light turns on, essentially the eyelids open up all the way, like 360, and it just emits light. A marble knife ring, magnifying lens, and then just some pens and a tech tablet. Because again, this is actually quite sci-fi for a lot of the dwarf stuff, but they're just like knocked back to a kind of fantasy level. Since they have to be silent, the cloth would also prevent noise from bashing the weapon into armor. Very true. Yeah, so that would be super useful. But in Spain, we use the term quisieros to refer to mouthparts of spiders, horseshoe crabs, sea spiders, and centipedes. Refer as mandibles to the mouthparts of other arthropods. With our mouthparts, they use so much. True. Very interesting. So I was just drawing all of this in pen in my book. So what was the other one? Oh yeah, so this is the drawing we didn't get to today, which is this one here. So essentially this is like two dwarves who are on expedition, and one of them has been captured by a giant drone. She's like 10 foot tall, and she's just strangling the hell out of this dude, and this woman is just cocking a pistol, deciding whether she needs to go fight or not. but the drone's already kind of spotted her. And this is one thing with the drones, is that I'm changing them now. They're going to be more humanoid. There are going to still be the massive walking head drones, because I like that image. But these are going to be like the Terminators from the movie. Is it the TC-100? I can't remember. Where he can like mold into metal parts, where he can like walk through the bars of a jail cell, or he can make like the hook hands. So they use marble in the way that the new swords are going to work, in that they can just transform them into whatever. So she's just transformed her whole arm into a massive blade, which she's going to use to gut this little dude here, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this was the spider image we drew earlier, and the snake as well. There was a couple more images I'll show you guys just before we finish. I'm going to get the camera out. I have to dox myself here. Share. Take a photo. Okay. So I was drawing some of the stuff for the next video, which will be about the Sahar, the guys who live in the desert, and I was thinking of some of the Fae maybe they have to deal with. So one of the main ones is this predator cult, and the Sahar actually work with the predator cult, but these are like the marauder ones. These are the bad guys. The majority of them are hyenas, and they worship a giant Fae hyena who killed a lion dragon. So their base of operations is based in the skull of this lion dragon, who was just huge. And one of the stories is essentially they just slaughtered the lions. As soon as they became intelligent, they just kind of took over the hyenas. Because I wanted that competitiveness, because I think that's a real kind of competition in Africa. And then their minions are going to be the wild dogs, because wild dogs are pretty spicy. I like this kind of pose he's got here. And there's going to be a crocodile cult. They're just kind of by themselves. I was thinking of maybe doing them as scavengers. So it would be like vultures, crocodiles, like a few other like scavenging animals. The large cats are going to mostly be solitary, because all the lions are dead. There's no lions left. Maybe there'll be like a few odd ones that I'll do as like cool characters. But like cheetahs, leopards, not leopards, jaguars, would be like solitary warriors that perhaps are like mercenaries. And then finally, one of the major factions, which would be a big city somewhere in Africa, would be this one that's run by herbivore animals. But it's like a council of large herbivores, so it'd be like hippos, rhinos, zebras, wildebeest, and they control this massive settlement. And humans are absolutely discriminated against, because they are technically carnivores, and this is like a herbivore settlement. So there's like a strictly vegan diet, essentially, or vegetarian diet, and that they have to abide by. Elephants, I was thinking of doing as a massive herd, but I've already done that for the deer herd in the Albion Isles, so I'm going to come back to elephants at some point. Okay. Let me see what else I did. There's going to be some notes in here. Not all of this is going to be true, I don't think. So I was doing more about the Sahar, and I was thinking about like ways they would fight, because they live in the desert. Jaguars are South Africa, leopards are from Africa. Sorry, yeah. So leopards would be like the solitary dudes. So I was thinking about how the Sahar would fight in the sands, in like the high winds of the sword wind, which is the massive storm that's raging above. And so one thing is they always try to be with the wind at their back, because this would force wind into their opponent's face. And it means if they were swinging anything, it would swing a little bit harder, because they would be using the wind behind them. So that would be like a massive advantage. So they call this storm fighting. It's like techniques for fighting in the storm. They also have these weapons, kite spears and kite darts. So they're just short spears, or these little bladed darts that have an umbrella. So essentially, if you're like quite close to someone, you could chuck this at them, and the umbrella would open, and then the full force of the wind would just make this into a railgun. It would just fire it straight through somebody, and it would just essentially just pierce a hole in them, or just like knock them down. So they use this maybe to capture animals, maybe have like strings attached to these, so they can like bring down like large animals, and without them getting away. And then a bit of a silly one, but I want them to have squirrel suits. So if they're in I've got a little example here of a hippo, where this hippo is kind of swinging at him, and he's like, oh my god, I'm gonna get hit. Let me quickly just activate my squirrel suit. So essentially they have little hooks on the inside of their arms, and then on the inside of their waist, which they attach together really quickly. And then when they pull up their arm up, it would pull out the squirrel suit, which would be dangerous because it's just gonna yeet you back. This is him getting like sent back, dodging the hippo axe. But they, yeah, will just sail off. So it's a good way to like travel quickly. But yeah, a good way to kind of get away. One thing as well, I was thinking as well, is the Saha would use cardinal directions instead of like left and right. This is something that they do in Papua New Guinea. I saw this on like a YouTube short, and it's because the island is quite small of Papua New Guinea. Oh, it's quite big, I think, but the tribes there use cardinal directions. So, for example, if someone is in front of you and you're facing north, you'd say that the person is north of you. You say, oh, that guy north of us over there, and you know, having a beer. They don't say the person in front of me. They say north. So I thought that was cool because apparently it means that the people in Papua New Guinea just have this crazy sense of direction. Like you could spin them round, and they just know where they are. And I thought that would be super important if the dudes were in the storms. Lastly, I was thinking about a few types of Saha. So most of them cover their face. They hate the sun. They think the sun abandoned them. So they kind of worship the storm. So they even have like long hair, which they tie around their beard so it covers their face. Some of them who worship the storm don't wear anything on their face. Sometimes some of them don't even wear goggles. So the sand is basically just like, their face is just covered in scars, where it's just like the sand has kind of wrecked them. And so I was thinking of like a few different designs for them. And then yeah, just some design. That's another dude with his like face kind of cut up. But yeah. So those are some ideas. Yeah, I was just coming up with. I thought it would be pretty cool. Kai projectiles are neat. I'm gonna steal that. Go for it, man. Trade caravan elephants. Great idea. Yeah, like a massive. Oh, that's a cool idea. They would like push these massive carts, and they'd be like this huge dudes who are all traders, and no one messes with them because they're elephants. Elephants are matriarchal, so you can something like a queendom. Yeah, I like that. Like a traveling caravan led by like this queen. Question: do the hippo fae no longer have the same aggression as their animal counterparts? I think it'd be something to consider. So maybe they would be like the guards of this town, and it's like 0 tolerance. But I'm going to do them as like a war band as well that the Saha have to deal with eventually. But yeah. Right, guys, I'm going to finish up there for today. Like I said, I want to get this video out. I'm probably not going to include this in the image, in the actual video. But I'm super happy with that spider image and the snake one as well. I'm not super happy with this one, but again, it's just going to be quite a fleeting image. So we'll see how that goes. But guys, thank you. I really appreciate your help on this. There was a lot of fantastic suggestions there. I think we managed to get some pretty cool images done as well. Super happy with that. Super happy with that one as well. So I'm going to try and get this video out tomorrow. I've already written the script. I've already got most of the images in the editor. I just need to put it together and record the script, but we'll see. We'll see how far I get. Anyway, right, I'm off, guys. I haven't even eaten yet. Oh, God. Right, appreciate your help, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Cheers, Lazy Crow, Laura Rat, Darth Malagus. Appreciate you guys being here. Fallen, thanks, mate. Noisy Cricket as well. Appreciated you dropping in. Mr. Louis. Who else do we have in? We had KYTY Animation. Appreciate you being here, mate. We also had a few others. Throndix as well. Appreciate you. Tales of Lost. We had a few YouTubers in tonight. Appreciate you guys being here. Man in the Red Cape dropped by for a little bit as well, so appreciate you dropping in, mate. And I will see you guys in the next one for sure. Great stream. The spider in particular goes extremely hard. Thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate all the input as well. Honestly, I think that's one of the best things about these streams, obviously chatting with you guys, but you guys just have some crazy sick ideas. So I really appreciate that. So I will see you guys in the Discord, or I'll see you next stream. Oh, some little slideshow here. Cheers, guys. See you next time. Bye.